Welcome, and today we are going to be featuring a tutorial from the book How to Cheat in Photoshop CC, Chapter 12, The Third Dimension, on page 360, 3D Layers Inflation. Inflation is a great tool for turning flat photographs into true three-dimensional forms that can be manipulated and viewed from any angle. Making 3D models was never as easy, and the results can be staggering. We'll see how both a cutout shot of a beetle and a simple view of a donut can be turned into three-dimensional objects. Now, these particular pictures are from the How to Cheat in Photoshop CC book, and all images are copyrighted to them. Now we can turn the beetle photograph into a 3D object in the usual way using the 3D drop-down menu, new 3D extrusion from selected layer. We can move this on the Z axis to make it zoom in and out, and we can also rotate the object to get a better view of the three-dimensional object we have created. We will now be using something called the HUD, Head Up Control, which is a hands-on innovative system to modify the model by clicking and dragging directly on them. You're going to click directly on your object with the Move tool so that the 3D model, rather than the whole scene, is active. It will also have a yellow box around it as shown. Press V to access the heads-up display. The center is a double-headed arrow icon. This is the extrude control. Click and drag up and down for this to change the depth of the object from front to back, as seen here. Move the cursor outside the extrude control and the outer box becomes highlighted. This is the taper control. Drag left and right here to increase and decrease the amount of taper. The degree to which the object gets smaller or larger as it recedes away or from. Immediately outside the taper control is the bend control. This, as the name implies, curves the object away from the edge. Outside the bend control is an outer ring. This is the twist control and sets the amount to which the object twists along the Z-axis. Press V once more to bring up the bevel and inflate controls. Inflation is on the right and puffs up the front face of the object. Drag on the orange inflate icon to increase the amount of inflation. The inflation seen here. The icon on the left controls the bevel. It's very noticeable. This is the chamfered edge between the sides and the face of the object. We are going to leave that much smaller. Drag on the orange icon to increase the width of the bevel. Drag on the quarter circle above to the left to change the bevel angle. Note that this will also change the height of the bevel. As you can see, we have given definite shape to this beetle. From here, I'm going to use these tools to alter the beetle until it looks satisfactory. Now, instead of using the HUD experience, you may also use your Properties tab. When you bring up the inflation and bevel, this will also appear on your properties. The same is true with the 3D control, the extrusion, twist, taper, and horizontal and vertical angles. The inflate angle starts off at 45 degrees, which is too flat. Drag the arc to change this to 90 degrees. The result is a fully three-dimensional model of the beetle that you may alter to your liking to resemble a true object. There are also many other options in the Properties tab, including Mesh, Deform, Cap, and Coordinates, which all correspond to the HUD interface. Now we will be moving on to the donut. This has had no special treatment other than the background cut, and it is on its own layer, as seen here. Make the donut into a 3D object by going to the 3D drop-down menu and New 3D Extrusion from Selected Layer. Set the extrusion depth to 0. It doesn't need to be exact, so you can drag the button if you would like. Follow the same procedure as before, setting the inflate angle to 90 degrees and dragging the inflate button to pump up the donut. Now, if I rotate this, we can see that there is a definite angle. As seen here. I will press V to lower the extrusion manually. And we now have a flat donut on one side. You need to inflate both sides. Open the Properties panel and change the sides pop-up to show front and back. This is found under Cap, Sides, Front, and Back. Now press V. To fix the donut. V again. And now the donut is perfectly round and very representational of a true donut.